Hey, Empire Builders, Justin Kaiser here. Welcome to episode 23 of Next Step Empire. This is my daily series to help you build your business empire with ancient wisdom. Now, today we're diving into a crucial skill, how to build resilience with ancient wisdom. You see, I've built my empire by tapping into the timeless teachings of icons like Napoleon Hill, Earl Nightingale, and Neville Goddard. And it's my animal-based diet and morning routine that keeps me strong to push through any storm. Now, I'm dropping new episodes every day, Tuesday through Saturday, so stick with me all week. Now, I've been building businesses for the last 24 years, and here's a quick look at my last 5 years being in business. I co founded a company called Solar Grids, a solar energy franchisor, in 2020. And as CEO, I led the company to a growth rate that only 5% of all franchise businesses ever achieve. And that's to growing to 100 franchise territories. And we did that in less than 3 years. Then we condensed down to 49 solid franchise territories and merged with a company called Stardust Solar. Now, today, we're the largest solar franchisor in North America and a publicly traded company with 86 franchise territories and growing. And my role now is focusing on growth and raising capital for the company. Now, that journey was full of storms, industry shifts, franchisee doubts, merger hurdles, but it's resilience that kept me going. Now, in episode 22, we talked about how to turn challenges into opportunities. You've got to reframe obstacles, find solutions, imagine wins, taking action, and feeling momentum. Now, today, we're building the resilience to weather those challenges long term because ancient wisdom teaches that empires are built by those who endure. So let's dive in. Ancient wisdom is all about enduring with purpose. It was Napoleon Hill that said resilience comes from a burning desire. Earl Nightingale said your thoughts shape your ability to bounce back. And Neville Goddard taught that imagining your strength creates it. It's my morning routine that keeps me physically and mentally strong to stay resilient. Now, here's 5 steps inspired by ancient wisdom to build resilience and grow your empire. First, you've got to anchor yourself in purpose because ancient wisdom teaches that a strong why keeps you steady. Napoleon Hill said a definite purpose fuels resilience, giving you a reason to push through. It's like a lighthouse in a storm, guiding you when everything feels chaotic. Now, at Solar Grids, our purpose to empower franchisees and bring energy independence to communities is what kept me grounded during tough times. We weren't just selling solar panels. We were building a movement to help franchisees thrive and communities gain access to clean, affordable energy. You see, it was that why that drove us to be able to scale to 100 plus franchise territories. That's the power of purpose. It turns storms into stepping stones. Now, let me contrast that with my early days in business. In my Forex trading years, I had no real clear purpose. I was just chasing quick money for my clients and not building anything really meaningful. And when we'd hit a losing streak, I'd crumble and want to crawl into a ball because there was nothing that was deeper as a why to keep me going. It would also at times lead to a spiral of self-doubt. And it wasn't until I found my purpose with Solar Grids that I realized resilience isn't about avoiding challenges. It's about having a reason to push through them. You see, purpose gives you that grit. It's the difference between giving up and getting up. So, how do you find your purpose? Well, let me give you a simple framework that I use. 3 questions to define your why. First, you've got to figure out what problem you're trying to solve. What problem are you passionate about? Now, for me, it was energy independence, helping people save money and go clean energy. Second, who do you want to help? Now, at Solar Grids, it's our franchisees and their communities. Third, what legacy do you want to leave behind? I wanted Solar Grids to be remembered as a movement that empowered entrepreneurs and transformed energy in communities. So, take 5 minutes today. Ask yourself these questions. What problem? Who are you trying to serve? And 3, what legacy? Now, that's your purpose. It will anchor you when challenges hit. Now, for me personally, My gratitude journaling in the morning keeps my purpose clear. It's a daily habit that really centers me. Every morning, I write down a minimum of 3 things that I'm grateful for, like our franchisee's success or the impact that we're making with solar. I'll share a quick story with you. During the Stardust merger in 2024, just this last November, I kind of hit a low point. Some franchisees were resistant and they were really questioning the new management coming in. And I reached out to those franchisees, I listened to their concerns, and together with the Stardust team, we came up with a way to turn resistance into collaboration. That's what purpose does. It's sure rock. And I encourage you to try gratitude journaling if you haven't already. Just 5 minutes a day can really shift your mindset and keep your why really front and center. So, why does this help you? Because purpose anchors you through the toughest storms. Like knowing your business solves a real problem, even when sales dip. Now, if you're starting a business, your why might be helping others, like creating a product that saves time for busy parents, for example. If you're considering a franchise, your purpose might be building a legacy, something that is willable to your kids, right? Something you can create as a legacy for your family. Stardust Solar lets you do that by empowering communities with solar and building something that's got lasting impact that you can eventually give to your family. So, if you're curious, you can book a call with me to explore how that works. My link's below. Now, for you, this means defining your why today. So, take those 3 questions: what problem, who, and what legacy, and write down your purpose. My purpose is, and then write down your specific why and share it in the comments below. I'd love to see it. Second, you've got to train your mind for setbacks because ancient wisdom teaches that your thoughts shape your resilience. Earl Nightingale said, "You become what you think about most." So train your mind to expect and handle setbacks. It's like building mental muscle to lift heavier challenges. When a couple franchisees doubted the merger that we had in 2024, I knew I had to train my thoughts to stay resilient. They were worried about losing their identity and losing support. I felt the pressure. Now, I could have let it spiral into doubt, but I've been training my mind for years, thanks to Earl Nightingale and Napoleon Hill and Neville Goddard's trainings. I thought, this is temporary. I'll lead them through. So what do? We rolled out extra training. We got them NABCEP certified, which is the gold standard in the industry. We hosted one-on-one calls, and we offered them stock options, allowing them to be a part of the overall bigger picture, turning fear into excitement. You see, it was that mental shift that made all the difference. Now, compare that to my real estate days. I think I'm done. During that '07 crash, '07, '08, I'd obsess over the market tanking, just imagining every deal falling apart. And that negative loop broke me. We lost properties because I couldn't think past the panic. Now, the reality is there was a way to continue in real estate by helping others through their foreclosures, short sales, etc. But I couldn't see that vision. All I could see were failure. There's always a way to make money in real estate, but I let that crash cloud my focus and get the best of me. Now, here's how I train my mind today, and you can use this too. It's a 3-step mental exercise I call expect, reframe, and act. First, you've got to expect that there's going to be some setbacks in business. Business is never perfect, so don't be surprised when they hit. I should have expected some franchisees would resist the merger. It's normal. Second, you've got to reframe the setback as temporary and solvable. I told myself this doubt is a chance to build trust. Third, you've got to act with the solution. I focused on support and value, not stress. So let's break that down. Expecting setbacks means preparing mentally, like knowing a client might say no. Reframing means telling yourself, this no is a step to a yes. Acting means following up with a better pitch. You see, that's how you build mental resilience. It's a daily practice, like lifting weights for your mind. Talk a little bit about one of my routines. I oil pull every day in the morning while listening to one of my favorite ancient icons. And this trains my mind to stay steady. It's 15 minutes of no distractions, just me, my thoughts, and my coconut oil and cinnamon oil. I'll share a quick story. Back in 2012, during my Forex days, I'd hit a losing streak and it ended in a negative month. It was a mess. I couldn't sleep, couldn't focus. I was thinking about failure, not solutions. I should have trained my mind back then, expecting losses, reframing them as lessons, acting by studying better strategies, and our team employing those better strategies. Now, why does this help you? Because a trained mind bounces back faster, like expecting a client no-show and preparing a backup plan so you're not thrown off. Now, if you're building a business, think setbacks make me stronger. Maybe a failed product launch teaches you what customers really want. If you're in a franchise, the franchisor system helps you navigate bumps with training to keep you steady. Now, for you, this means starting your mental training today. Use my expect, reframe, act exercise. Pick one setback that you might face, reframe it, plan your action, and write it down. I will act by, and then put the specific action there. Share it in the comments below. I'd love to see it. Third, you've got to imagine your resilient self, because ancient wisdom teaches that champions create their inner strength. Neville Goddard said to live in the end result. So imagine yourself resilient, thriving through challenges. It's like programming your mind to become that version of you. Every morning, I'd visualize SolarGrid standing strong, franchisees succeeding despite competition, our merger a win, hitting 100 million in revenue. You see, it was that vision that kept me steady through storms. Now, let me take you back to 2022. It became increasingly difficult to rely on third-party installers. I felt the weight of failure creeping in, but I'd been practicing Neville Goddard's teachings. Every morning, I'd close my eyes and imagine our franchisees thriving. I'd imagine families saving money with solar. And I'd imagine our team celebrating that $100 million milestone. I'd feel the strength, the calm, saying, I'm resilient. I lead through this. That vision didn't just keep me going. We pivoted, we doubled down, we started an entirely new franchise model, and we now had franchisees that were doing their own installations. And they were also doing installations for other franchisees that didn't want to take on that extra workload. Now, compare that to direct sales. I'd imagine collapse in certain situations, not resilience. So here's a framework to imagine your resilient self. I call it see, feel, become. So first, you've got to see yourself overcoming a challenge. Picture the scene vividly. If you're launching a business, see yourself handling a failed pitch. Then see yourself landing a bigger client. Second, feel the emotions. You've got to feel the confidence, feel the calm, and feel the strength. Third, you've got to become that person. Act as if you're already that resilient self. So let's break it down. Seeing means creating a mental movie. I'd see our franchisees smiling, shaking hands with happy customers. Feeling means living it. I'd feel the pride, the relief. Becoming means acting. I'd lead with confidence, making bold decisions. You see, that's how you build resilience. It all starts in your mind. And it's been my journaling that really helps me visualize. Every morning, I write my vision after gratitude, and I'll share a story with you. During the merger, I journaled, I see SolarGrid stronger than ever and franchisees united. You see, it was that vision that gave me the resilience to face doubters. I acted with certainty, not fear, and we pulled through. I think you'll be amazed. Just 5 to 10 minutes a day to write down your vision can make you unstoppable. So why does this help you? Because imagining resilience builds resilience, like picturing yourself calm after a business setback so you don't panic. Now, if you're starting a business, see yourself pushing through a tough launch. Maybe you lose a sale, but you visualize a bigger win. And if you're considering Stardust Solar, imagine thriving through market shifts. Our systems support you, helping you stay strong. Now, for you, this means visualizing today. Use the see, feel, and become strategy. Close your eyes, See yourself resilient, feel the strength, become that person, and write it down. I see myself as, and write it down. Share it in the comments below. I'd love to see it. Step 4, you've got to act with persistent courage because ancient wisdom teaches that resilience grows through action. Napoleon Hill, Earl Nightingale, and Neville Goddard knew that action builds strength. Persistent courage turns challenges into fuel. And here's a framework that you can use to act with persistent courage. I call it plan, act, persist. First, you've got to plan your action. Map out one step to tackle your challenge. Second, you've got to act immediately. As Napoleon Hill says, don't wait. The timing will never be just right. Start where you stand with the tools you have. Third, you've got to persist. Keep going, even if it's hard. Some franchisees struggled at first, but we kept supporting them and they broke through. So let's break it down. Planning means knowing your next move, like scheduling a follow-up call after a rejection. Acting means doing it today, not tomorrow. Don't put things off for tomorrow. Do it today. Persisting means trying again, even if it doesn't work. Maybe a second call, maybe with a new angle. So that's how you build resilience through action. It's courage day after day. Now, why does this help you? Because persistent action strengthens you. It's like following up on a lead after a rejection, turning a no into a yes. Now, if you're building a business, keep acting. Maybe one email or call one more client, even if you're scared. Now, for you, this means acting on one challenge today. So use plan, act, persist, and write down your plan. Act now, persist through resistance. Write it down. I'll act on, and then put that specific comment. Share it in the comments below. I'd love to see it. Fifth, you've got to feel your body to endure. Because ancient wisdom teaches that champions need energy to stay resilient. Napoleon Hill, Earl Nightingale, and Neville Goddard all knew that energy sustains action. You see, it's my morning routine that powers me to endure. I eat a high-protein, high-fat meal every single day, and that keeps me strong and gives me the ability to lead with clarity. Now, compare that to my early days. I'd eat a high-carb meal loaded with sugar, crash, and I couldn't stay focused in the late afternoons. Now, here's a framework to refuel your body. I call it fuel, action, revitalize. First, you've got to fuel with high protein and high fat meals. Protein keeps your brain sharp, and the fats give you sustained energy to make it through the day. My 10 eggs that I eat every day do that for me. Eggs are nature's multivitamin and provide almost every single nutrient that you need to thrive. Take action with your body. It boosts energy and resilience. I'll also do a quick walk after breakfast, even if it's just 10 minutes. Maybe it's 15 or 20 sometimes, just to get the blood flowing. Third, revitalize. You've got to rest to recharge. Short breaks or a power nap can reset you. Now, during the merger, I'd fuel with eggs, walk to clear my head, and meditate to revitalize. And then I'd tackle challenges with full energy. So let's break it down. Fueling might mean a protein shake if you're busy. Action could be a 5-minute stretch or an hour-long workout, anything in between. Revitalizing might be a 10-minute breather after a tough call or a 30-minute meditation. You see, that's how you build physical resilience. It's the foundation for mental strength. Now, why does this help you? Because energy lets you stay resilient, like pushing through a tough business day without crashing. Now, if you're building a business, fuel up to endure. Maybe a protein shake before a big pitch. Now, for you, this means feeling one action today. Use fuel, action, revitalize. Pick a meal, an action, and a way to revitalize. Write it down. I'll fuel my resilience with, and then write down your specific meal or your habit or your action. Share it in the comments below. I'd love to see it. So that's how you build resilience with ancient wisdom. First, you've got to anchor in purpose. Second, train your mind. Third, imagine your strength. Fourth, act with courage. And 5, fuel your energy. All inspired by Napoleon Hill, Earl Nightingale, and Neville Goddard. I scaled solar grids in Stardust Solar, and together we're 86 territories strong. It's my morning routine that keeps me strong to do it. Now, this series is your daily push. Tuesday through Saturday, I'm here to let you know you can do this. If an 18-year-old small town Nebraska kid like me 24 years ago can do it, you can do it. Now it's your turn. One call with me could help you build resilience, or it could give you that extra courage to endure challenges. So click that link below, book a call with me. No pressure, just real talk. Drop a comment down below. What's your one way that you're going to build resilience? Or how's your field keeping you strong? Tell me. I'll read and reply to every single one. This is your shot. Freedom, cash, ultimately your empire starts now. And with my 24 years of business experience, I'd love to help you get there. So let's do this together, and I'll see you tomorrow for episode 24.